How did the Pittsburgh region do during the past year in terms of job growth? And how is our area viewed for quality of life? Two very different questions, but they both matter when it comes to attracting and retaining population and employers. It's time for a report card, and for that we're always happy to welcome back Doug Hoyk to this program. He's editor of Pittsburgh Quarterly and research director for Pittsburgh Today, an initiative of the University of Pittsburgh Center for Social and Urban Research. Hey, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you, John. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. So let me just ask you off the bat, how are we doing in terms of job growth? I saw some figures that suggest we've picked up a little bit, but maybe not as much as we'd like.
Well, I guess the good news is that we are growing jobs from November of 17 to 18. We picked up about 10,000. So that's 0.9% job growth. And if you weren't comparing us to other regions, you'd say, well, that's great. We're growing jobs. As it is, we're a very slow job growing region, fourth lowest out of our 16 benchmark regions.
Wow. Well, let's come back to that. But first, 10,000 new jobs. I mean, that sounds good.
Sure.
So where are these new jobs?
You have a lot of jobs. The leading category was mining, construction. A lot of that's energy-related jobs. Leisure and hospitality, which has been a stalwart job growth for us for maybe almost a decade, again is strong. So we picked up manufacturing, a couple other areas.
I was noticing leisure and hospitality, and I was thinking to myself, it was a 1.8% increase, that wasn't as strong as it has been in years past.
You're right. It hasn't. It's weaker than it has been. Year in and year out for the past decade or so, it's been more up around 5%. So that is it's a drop off, but it's growth, so I guess we'll take it.
Well, yeah, I mean, what'd you say, 0.9% job growth overall?
Yeah.
I mean, less than 1%. How does that compare to the other benchmark cities? And by the way, what are the other benchmark cities?
So you have the other benchmark cities, we have different kinds. Some are similar to Pittsburgh, such as Cincinnati, Cleveland, Detroit, Milwaukee, St. Louis, and then you have more different ones where there's a lot of population growth, such as Austin, Denver, Seattle. Then you have Mid-Atlantic, Boston, well, Boston's east, but Philadelphia, Baltimore. Anyway, it's a hodgepodge, so we can kind of compare this group in different ways. So how we compare, if you look at job growth over the last 10 years, I mean, we have, I believe it's 3% job growth. The benchmark average is 10%. So we're the lowest of all those regions. And why is that? Because a lot of job growth and economic growth has to do with population growth. And aside from Detroit, we're the lowest population growth region over those 10 years.
I mean, those numbers are not good. But what I did find interesting was in your report, the 2018 Pittsburgh Regional Quality of Life Survey. And there, what was interesting to me was compared to 7 years ago, the number of people who feel that the quality of life has really improved in this region. Pretty remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not surprising. This is a great place to live. I mean, why people feel better about it 7 years later? Who knows? Maybe the word is getting out. We've been, high on the quality of life rankings in all sorts of ways. It is gratifying, and that things are going well in that regard. I think the percentage was 68% say it's an excellent or very good place to live, and only 1% say it's a poor place to live. So that changes racially.
Yes, I noticed that in your survey, that African Americans are more likely to have issues with this region than white folks.
29%, if I'm recalling correctly, say it's an excellent or very good place to live. So that's much lower than the majority population.
There are other issues, and I think this is a survey. First of all, can anybody go online and get a copy of this survey?
Absolutely.
It's really interesting.
Absolutely. If you go to PittsburghQuarterly.com and look under the Pittsburgh Today section, there's stories, there's charts and graphs. You can really kind of get lost in this stuff.
I really recommend it to people because you polled a number of folks on a number of categories like the environment and the like, and I thought one of the issues that intrigued me was transportation, because people are really unhappy about transportation, and the number in terms of a severe problem, it's gotten worse, not better. So here we are touting the quality of life in this region, but the one area that people are most unhappy about is transportation.
Yeah, and they're concerned about roads and bridges. as they should be. And there was a lot of the difference between the last survey 7 or 8 years ago. There was a lot of publicity about the Liberty Bridge burning, and
yeah.
When your bridges catch on fire, that doesn't help in perception
there
category.
is a concern there.
That's right.
Are there other issues that you think stand out? I
think it's interesting. 62% favor, and this was 1,900 adults in Allegheny County, the survey. 62% favor legalization of marijuana for adult recreation purposes. 62% say the state store should be abandoned, get rid of it. A very high percentage was something 97% think gerrymandering is a problem. Right. And a majority, 60-some%, think the way to fix that is through a bipartisan or nonpartisan commission redrawing those political district lines.
Well, on that gerrymandering issue, there, of course, it's so much tied up in politics, and Harrisburg has a proposal to do that. But the cannabis, the marijuana issue, I'm wondering, as you know, not too long ago, Governor Wolf suggested maybe it's time to take a look at legalizing recreational marijuana. Now, I know that he's looking at it from a tax. I mean, they see a lot. I mean, lots.
Oh yeah. Well, we're not demographically. We're an older region. We're an older state, so we're not going to be in the vanguard of demanding such things. We're going to go in and test the water after X number of states have already said it's safe. You can come in now, and once that happens, no politician, given the demographics, is going to come out and carry the banner and be the vanguard. But they'll come when they see it's safe and when they can get the money.
That makes perfect sense, and it's so Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Doug Hoyk, thank you.
John,
it's always good to have you in on this, and
yep.
we'll have you back again.
Thank you.
You take care now. When the Sunday Business Page continues, how Target Freight Management is using the very latest technology to improve the delivery of its customers' merchandise. We'll tell you what the Dimensionalizer is all about. Stick with us.